Okay. Could you say a few words about how you were when you started art therapy?
Jumbled up. I didn't really know how I felt. I didn't really know what my illness meant, so it was a lot of confusion, I think.
Could you say something about the first piece you made?
I think that was me walking a fine line with my illness, not knowing whether I was going up or down, or I was just sort of skirting in the middle. And I think you could see that as I'm balancing on the teacup, trying not to fall in.
And at what point in therapy did you make this?
That was near the beginning of the art therapy when I hadn't started taking my medication yet.
And what was it like making this piece in art therapy?
At first it was not too nice to see because it shows that I don't feel sort of stable and I feel like I'm on a tightrope doing a balancing act, wondering when I was going to plummet into the tea. But on reflection I realised that I've drawn a spoon next to it, like a little teaspoon, so if I do fall in, there's a way of getting out and I'm not in there forever, so that was nice to see.
Could you say something about the second piece?
The second piece is a little sprouting of a plant just coming up through the soil and thinking about joining the rest of the plants in the garden. They're still little.
And at what point in therapy did you make this?
This was near the end, when my medicine had fully kicked in.
And what was it like making this piece in art therapy?
This piece was really nice. I didn't plan it out or anything. It just sort of happened, and looking at it afterwards it was nice to see because all the tall plants there like represent other people, and that's me being tiny still but starting to want to be integrated with the rest of the world, and all the roots show that, you know, I have a lot of personality and a lot to myself that's sort of under the surface, and I've got a lot of things to be proud of that just aren't on show yet, but I'm sort of starting to want to show people. Yeah, all the plants are completely different. I do them differently, which is nice to see because I feel like I used to have to sort of be what everyone else is doing and be who they are instead of being myself. I felt like I needed to have this image, but seeing that just shows that everybody's different and they're all beautiful in their own way and they're not worried about what other people are doing, so I can just grow and be who I want to be.
What would you say has changed for you between those two times?
Definitely the medicine has changed. It's kicked in, so now instead of feeling sort of ill and a bit helpless, I now feel like I have a direction that I want to go in and know where I'm going.
Could you say a few words about how you are now?
Yeah, I feel a lot better, and I feel like I want to try and do what normal people are doing, and I feel I can do that more instead of thinking, oh, I'm ill, or I feel like I can manage everything more now.
And what changes have your experiences from your art therapy?
I think my brain's a lot clearer because, like I said in the beginning, I was very confused and it just all seemed like a tangled mess. So I can see now where I was and how I used to think, and it seems like now things are clearer and more laid out.
And what is it about art therapy that made those changes happen?
Because I often compare my head to being like a messy room and I don't know how to sort it out, but with art therapy, by focusing on one thing at a time, taking those little snippets out and understanding each little part of my brain instead of looking at the whole, that's made everything a lot easier.
And have you had any other sort of therapy?
I used to have CBT therapy a couple of years ago.
How was art therapy different from that therapy?
Art therapy is a lot more relaxed. I can just sit there, and if I want to draw something, just draw anything that comes to my head. It doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be artistic, and it just helps you understand yourself instead of trying to fix things that are wrong. This is just understanding, which I think is really good.
And is there anything else you'd like to mention?
Just that looking at all my pictures laid out from start to finish, I can really see a progression and a journey that's happened through my pictures that I didn't realise was there until seeing them all at the end, which is really nice to see. Like, it's good to see that the pictures have come a long way from the beginning that were not necessarily too nice till quite nice finishing pictures. I just really think that art therapy worked well along with the medication that I'm on, with the lithium as a mood stabiliser. Because if I just was on the medication, I guess some days I wouldn't be sure if the medication was working or not in the long term, as you can't really tell your own mood and how that's changing and if it's normal or not. But seeing like hard evidence of your own drawings progressing from being not very happy to more positive and more happy and more content with life, I think that shows that the medicine is actually working and that I am moving forward into a better place in my life.